Hey everyone, how's it going? Matthew Bailey here, and welcome to another movie review. Now, this is technically not a movie that got released in theaters. It was a TV movie, but I still think I should do a review on this because it was a pretty good movie, I have to say, and that is Descendants 3, as you can tell by the picture behind me. Descendants 3. Now, I know I never did a review on the other two movies, but this one I feel deserves a review because, boy, there was some crazy stuff in this movie. I mean, and plus, I guess since it's a TV movie, I might as well consider this a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the Descendants series and you want to know and you don't want to know what happens in this movie until you see the first two, then click out of this now. But basically, the whole point of Descendants 3 is Mal right here is actually getting married to the current king of Ordon, Prince Ben. And if you don't know what Ordon is, if you haven't seen the Descendants movies, it is basically a mix of every single Disney hero that we've seen in many animated classics like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, 101 Dalmatians, all these crazy Disney classic animated movies. And as I said, this is Mal right here and she is the daughter of the evil sorceress Maleficent. Then we got Carlos here right next to her. He's the son of Cruella de Vil. Then we got Jay over here, next to Mal, who is the son of Jafar, and then the one with the blue hair at the very end is Evie, who is the daughter of the evil queen. And then we got some other people over here, like Uma, daughter of Ursula, and then the other girl on the other side of, you can probably guess who that is, but the one with the hat on her head, that is Celia, daughter of Dr. Facilier. Now, a lot of these the characters on this side obviously do not show up in the other movies. Well, technically Uma does, but only in 2 out of 3 movies. But there are some things in this movie that I was shocked about after seeing the first 2, and that's that this villain right here, you know him as Hades, if you haven't already guessed it. He is actually the father of Mal. Yep, Mal apparently is the only VK, short for villain kid, who has 2 actual villains as her parents. Her mother was Maleficent, and her father is Hades. And it turns out both Hades and Maleficent are the 2 most powerful villains in the Disney universe, because Hades' Ember is the most powerful weapon in the world and magical item, above the second most powerful item, which is Maleficent's scepter. So the fact that both those villains were the parents of Mal, that totally shocked me. And boy, that classic music combination that Mal and Hades had in the movie, about how he was such a terrible dad to her, and if you want to know why he's a terrible dad, you should go watch the movie. But basically, and there is a surprising ending to the movie, which I'm assuming that's why they decided to make this the last movie of the trilogy. Because I don't know if y'all remember in in one of my recent videos that I did a few weeks ago, this guy who plays Carlos de Vil, son of Cruella de Vil, Cameron Boyce, unfortunately passed away about a month ago. And this is actually, it's a month ago, starting tomorrow, but they were lucky to have finished the filming before he passed away, and they dedicated this entire movie to Cameron Boyce. They even did a little thing at the end of the movie that if you want, it is going to get released on DVD tomorrow, August 6th, so I would recommend you go buy it if you haven't seen it yet. But And you should also buy the other two Descendants films if you haven't seen this one yet. But basically, I gotta say that was what they did at the end of the film was a good way to end off the series, and I feel like doing an entire trilogy of movies based on kids of classic Disney villains was awesome. And if I can remember counting how many actual villains from Disney classic movies showed up in the series, and when I say showed up, I mean literally some physical form of them showed up in the movie. I'm not talking about mentions. I'm just talking about ones that actually showed up in the movies. I counted at least 9 main villains. Not all of them are in the same movie, but hey, at least I think 4 out of 9 showed up in one movie. Another 4 showed up in another, and then only 1 showed up in another movie. And you will probably be able to tell who actually showed up in which movie once you see the movies. But yeah, this movie was incredible. And so now let me just give you my rating. So for my rating of this film, honestly, after seeing the first 2 films, but seeing this one end off the series, I'm going to have to give it a freaking 5 out of 5. It was a really good movie out of all the movies I've seen this year. I know it was a TV movie, but hey, it was a good movie for what it was worth. So I recommend you either see it on Disney Channel or you buy it on DVD tomorrow, August 6th. But that's all for now in this movie review. And as always, I will see all you dudes in the next video.